Hello dear aspirants and welcome to this channel of EduTap. So guys, this channel has been dedicated to Himachal Pradesh Administrative Services. And guys, this is one of the sessions for English language for your mains. So guys, in this session, we'll be discussing what should be your strategy and what your paper would look like and how you should prepare for your exam. So guys, this session is for HPAS Mains 2021, and this is a basic preparation strategy for one of the important verticals of your exams for your mains, that is English language. So let's jump right into it and let's see what type of questions you may face and what sections you should prepare for. So guys, first of all, we need to look at the syllabus that has been provided by the organization, right? So the English paper syllabus would be, the objective of this paper is to test the understanding of English language and its usage. The candidate is expected to be well versed with the usage of English. Now the topics that would be given to you. Now the paper would be for 100 marks. Guys, remember that the paper would be for 100 marks and you would be given 3 hours to um, solve this paper, to write down your answers within 3 hours. So guys, 3 hours is ample amount of time and you can finish it off a lot easier, right? A lot earlier than usual, because if you have prepared well, I think drafting would not take as much time as you are expecting. But let's see the segregation of the marks. Now, English grammar has been awarded 20 marks. So there will be 20 marks questions for English grammar, then 20 marks for usage and vocabulary, right? Then there will be business communication, that is composite letter writing, application writing, report writing or note writing. Then 20 marks for comprehension passages and 20 marks for pressy writing. Guys, these are the basic 5 verticals that would be given to you in the exam. And guys, there would be 7 questions that would be there in the paper, and you'd have to frame your answers on the basis of the questions. So guys, let's look at the previous year paper, the exam that was given in the last year, so that you can get a better idea of what type of questions you may face in the exam. So this is an actual copy of the paper for the year 2019. So guys, let's go through the important points and let's see what type of questions the aspirants had to face in 2019. So time allotted was 3 hours. Again, I told you maximum marks 100 marks. So there were some specific instructions that there are total 7 questions and all of which are compulsory. Now, marks are given to each and every question, and you have to write in a legible handwriting. It should be clear and it should be readable. Now, you have to adhere with the word limit, otherwise the questions would be penalized. Then all of the questions shall be counted in sequential order. Unless struck off, attempt of question shall be counted even if attempted partly. So you have to answer the question sequentially, and re-evaluation was not allowed. Keeping these instructions in mind, we can frame our strategy, but before that you should know what type of questions and what level of questions you may face in the exam. So let's go through it, guys. First, there were some very objective type questions that were based on grammar. The first question had 10 parts, which had 5 marks each. First was, we had to use the correct, the necessary changes to make the sentence correct. I'll try to solve a few for you. For example, question number 1, either I or my friend are willing to watch the movie. Okay, is either or is followed by a singular verb if both the nouns are or pronouns are kept singular. So it should be is. Either I or my friend is willing to watch the movie. The second, no lesser than 10 students came from the class. Now, lesser is used for uncountable nouns, so it should be fewer. No fewer than, and it should be THAN, not THEN. So no fewer than 10 students came for the class. And I haven't seen some big cities. It should be any. I haven't seen any big cities in Japan. Then he explained briefly the case before the chairperson. It should be he briefly explained, not explained briefly. He briefly explained his case before the chairperson. Then, though she was angry, but she listened to me patiently. But should be replaced with yet. So, though and although they're paired with yet, not but. So, though she was angry, yet she listened to me patiently. Now, guys, the point is, if you are well versed with the grammatical concepts, the concepts of grammar, now these questions would seem very easy to you. Now, guys, you should be, and it is a necessary requirement for this paper that you are well versed with the concepts of grammar. Similarly, the second question, you had to find the correct form of given verb. Answers have been written on both sides of the paper, right? He has just finished his dinner now and is satisfied. I enjoy learning English. Then if I had gone there, I would have met him. And would you mind helping me in crisis? So these are subtle, very easy questions for this paper, but you should be well versed with the concepts of grammar. So these were the first 10 questions. That was first part. Second is we had to find active, passive, and direct, indirect. So there were 5 questions on active, passive, from active to passive. So we had to find the correct conversion, and there were no options. You have to write the correct sentence on your own. This is quite critical because you should be sure with your conversion. Then second was direct, indirect, or basically what we call it as narration. So we had to find the direct, indirect speech. So we had to find the correct narration of this sentences. So the questions are not very difficult, they're easy, but you should be well versed with the both the concepts, active, passive, as well as narration. So that is the second 10 questions, right? Moving on to the second main part, that is vocabulary. Now, there were 10 words that were given, and you had to use these words and frame a logical sentence for using these words. So words like flamboyant, prefatory, adversary, expedite, lucrative, perfunctory, tenacious, vacuum, obstinate, obligation. These are very easy words. They are not very difficult per se, but you still have to be well versed with the sense of the vocabulary, right? The first 10 marks was for using the words to frame sentences, and then there were idioms and phrases. So you were given 10 idioms and phrases. For example, flesh and blood, dark horse, a son, an underdog. Bear in mind, take after, right? To follow someone, make out. High time, it is the right time or the last time. Break in is to go into or enter into someone's house to steal something, account for, right? To who is responsible, back out, right? To stop doing something or to give up a prospect, that is back out. Given is to surrender. So these are very subtle idioms and phrases that were given. So that was the second question, guys. Now moving on to the third question. Now you had to write a formal letter. So there were situations given to you. So as the you had to write a letter to Director General of Police expressing your concern regarding rapid increase of crime against women in your town, suggesting some remedial steps, right? Or the other situation was you had to write the letter to Chairman Himachal Pradesh Education Board, right? Complaining about the menace of copying and its ill effects on the students. Guys, the word limit of this letter is quite huge, so you should be well versed with letter writing. Got it? So letter writing is very important, and you should be able to finish it off in time because 300 words is a lot to write. So you should be well versed with your drafting skills. So that was question number 3 for 10 marks. Then question number 4, you had to write a report, and the scenario was given to you. Now, His Excellency Governor of Punjab is concerned about the increase of drug abuse in the college students in Punjab. So you had to write, assuming yourself to be the Director General of Police, and you had to prepare a report in about 200 words to be submitted to Secretary Home Minister Punjab. Or second situation was Air India has been constantly incurring losses. So you had to write, assuming yourself to be the Chief Executive Officer, Air India, and to prepare a report about 200 words, highlighting the real causes along with the suggesting suitable measures to overcome this problem. So you had to write a 200 word report. So you should be well versed with the structure of a letter as well as structure of a report. And you should practice these scenarios at home so that or on your own so that you can build up your drafting skills, right? Now question number 5, then comes the comprehension part. There were 2 passages, small passages, and there were questions based on the passages. So this was passage number 1. So it was about storytelling, and you had to write your answers. So guys, make sure that you do not write your answers briefly because you look at the weightage of the question. So a one word or a one sentence answer is not enough. You have to elaborate your answers, finding the right information from the passage. So there were 4 questions on this reading comprehension. Then question number 6, there was another comprehension. Then it was again, there were 4 questions which were quite subjective. So you have to elaboratively write your answers on the basis of the reading comprehension, guys. Right? So there were 2 comprehension passages, 10 marks each. That means you had 8 questions, 2 questions for 3 marks in each passage, and then 2 questions for 2 marks in each passage. Got it? That was question number 6. And question number 7, there was a passage given. So you had to make a précis for this passage. So this was the passage, and this is the complete passage, and the word was 429 words. So you basically, the rule of précis, you have to bring it to 1/3. So 1/3 of this would be down to 140 to 150 words. So you had to bring in the whole passage, contract it, read it, comprehend it, and then prima précis, giving it a suitable title. Right? So basically, guys, this is a paper where you should be ready for your drafting skills. You should be ready with your questions. And guys, you can find the PDF of this session in our Telegram channel, which the link for which is given in the description of the video. Right? Guys, that is it for this session. Thank you so much, and happy learning to all of you.